There seems to be a growing buzz on social media that Trey Lance could be a potential trade target. Do you think the San Francisco 49ers would be willing to trade Trey Lance this early in his career? As we know, the San Francisco 49ers just signed Sam Darnold to a pretty decent contract with some built in incentivizers for playing time. They also have Brock Purdy, who played exceptionally well in his rookie season, coming back with a UCL repair surgery that will have him back on the field in about 3 to 6 months. But there is this growing buzz of communication that some do believe Trey Lance could be traded. Do you think that's something that could actually happen? If I had to take a look at it and really give my thoughts on it, to me, it doesn't make sense right now to trade Trey Lance. Trey Lance is an unproven commodity. We don't know exactly yet what Trey Lance is or could be, and he's coming off an ankle injury, and you would be selling him at his absolute lowest value. So for me, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense considering the San Francisco 49ers traded multiple first round picks to go up and get him and then sell him at a fraction of that price without really knowing what you have. Because let's face it, he's only started 4 games. And if we had a broader sample size and maybe something in that regard, it would be an easier decision to make one way or the other. But we just don't know. And it feels like if you were to get out of the Trey Lance business right now, what happens if he lands in the right team with the right situation and flourishes and takes off? And you only got, let's say, a third round pick for him or a mid level player. That doesn't feel like the right move to make, the right business move to make for the San Francisco 49ers right now. Brock Purdy, again, there's tons of optimism regarding his UCL surgery, but again, we don't know what happens if there's a snag, a delay in the rehab process, he re-injures it, and we don't know what Sam Darnold really is. We saw him have a better year in Carolina, but does that make sense and make Trey Lance expandable at this point? I would say no. Now, I would also say if I'm wearing the general manager cap for the San Francisco 49ers and a team calls me about a potential trade offer for Trey Lance, I will listen. I will not turn them away. I will say, give us your best shot. But I would also have a set of parameters that would need to be reached before I would even consider it. And I would imagine that's somewhere where the San Francisco 49ers are right now. I don't think Trey Lance is untouchable, but I do think Trey Lance still has a ton of potential. And when you're weighing out these two options, I think that makes it tricky for trading a young player coming off injury that doesn't have a large body of work. So you might, it would have to be, in my opinion, something worth it. Maybe a first round pick plus more, maybe a high end player plus a couple picks on the mid to late round. I don't know. For me to even consider it at this current state in time. But again, if it all comes out, Brock Purdy's going to be quarterback one for the San Francisco 49ers. You don't see a future with Trey Lance as quarterback one, then maybe that's a conversation we approach maybe after training camp, maybe in season. But for me, right now, trading Trey Lance doesn't feel like a realistic option. It could always be an option, but it doesn't feel like one that would actually be executed. But I want you to let me know in the chat below. Do you think Trey Lance could be traded? Could he be out here being floated? And could he be moved with the addition of Sam Darnold? Let me know what you think. Make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.